Yao eating pigeon. I still want another beer. I used to know the Chinese word for pigeon, for Pabst Blue Ribbon. Learned it because I found it there. Second time around, I was like, they've got Pabst here. And so I learned how to say it. Yeah. Those were good days. Aren't they all? It was in a place, Zheng. It's a hard way to say it. It can either mean the city where I lived, the third largest drinking capital of China. I don't know how I didn't find number one. I'm sure after I was there, they probably changed the stats. But yeah. Zhengzhou, it also means acupuncture. Depending on the tones. And I remember sitting one time, and I'm talking about, what I'm talking about is how, we see things outside of ourselves, let's say on TV, and you see a bunch of Chinese guys running with a bunch of fucking 2x4s, big sticks that aren't really 2x4s, they're just big fucking sticks. And they're shaved down, they look good. And you see this in the movies. Bruce Lee movies. Li Shaolong. Little dragon. Li. Little dragon. Shao, meaning small. Long, meaning dragon. You know what I'm talking about. You got these movies where a bunch of Chinese guys running around with these sticks that look like they're shaved down properly, but they're not 2x4s. They're just like baseball bats that haven't been driven through the lathe long enough. And they'll come down the street in a crowd. You see it in the movies, and you think, that's so ridiculous. Who's coming up with this shit? But here I am. I'm eating in some Western restaurant because it was the only place I could eat without being revulsed. And you can't afford to eat in the Western restaurants all the time because they're expensive. I could because I was making good money. Say what you want about that. But Martin Stanley from New Zealand and I are sitting there eating, and I'm eating my lasagna, and we're by the window. And you look and you notice shit out in the street all the time out the window. There's a hotel across the way, and there's this guy standing there. Da, 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 da. He's just, you might as well be watching the opening of a Johnny Carson episode. He's just standing there, and all these guys, and you start to gather that are most likely whores in that place, so there are people upset because some whore didn't treat them right. And you see this guy standing out there in his little bell cap outfit, and he's standing, I'm right there. And he's standing there, and he's just standing there, just doing nothing like they do all day, 8 hours at a time. And these guys come up, and they start, la, 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 la. And I say, look at that. And we're sitting there looking at that, and you got these guys going, ah, la, 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 la. And this guy's like, you can tell he didn't do anything wrong. He doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. He's just standing there because they pay him to. And you can see arguing, and all of a sudden all these guys run off. And I said, what the fuck is that? And he's like, I don't know. Next thing you know, just like on TV, these guys had gone running down. You could see where they went up into a door to a building, half a block down. They all ran in there, and they all come around, and they're like, ah! They came out with those fucking sticks. They came out with those unfinished baseball bats. They came out with those not so pretty 2x4s. They just come out, and they beat the fuck out of them. You see, everything we see on TV eventually takes a step into reality.